Hey everybody, how are you doing? I'm going to be doing this soft spoken. The microphone is a bit further away from me than usual, so I'll have to adjust the volume accordingly, so you'll probably be able to pick up more of the background noise, including my cat right now. Oh, of course he stopped right now. He's eating in the kitchen. He'll probably come back in here. He started acting rambunctious right before starting, so I had to wait. And when my GERD acts up, sometimes I'll pause it, sometimes I'll just probably go away so that you don't hear my swallowing sounds in the mic. Usually I just am trying to slyly pause it, but this is set up differently than usual. Also, this is more of just a listening video. There won't be any visuals except for me, so you'll see the glare off of my glasses from the window. If you still want to watch, that's okay with you. You certainly can. But I'm sad you can't see my pretty shorts today. At least you can see my tattoos. Normally you can't see them as well in videos. But the first thing I wanted to look up, I already typed it in, is Maria Bamford. Do y'all remember who Maria Bamford is? I don't remember her much. Anything. Well, we'll get into the stuff she's in, but I think that my mom has brought her up before because she, I think, reminds my mom of one of my godparents, somebody that my mom used to be really good friends with, who all my godparents I do not speak to anymore, but I watched an old, like over a year old, podcast episode on 𝒬𝒑𝒂𝒏𝒅's podcast that she was on. That was one of my favorite podcast episodes, by the way, was when she was on. She was so kind. And was looking her up just before this. I just saw where she was born before I hit start, and she's from Duluth, Minnesota. For those of you who don't know, I live in Minnesota. I was first raised technically in Minnesota, but was born in North Dakota mainly. Grew up in North Dakota, now live in Minnesota. And so when I saw that, it clicked for me, because when I was looking at the podcast episode, she kept reminding me of my one godparent, and now it's all clicking. My mom like telling me about this person before, I'm pretty sure. Axel the cat has joined us again. Let's see if he starts playing with his toys again, and I'll have to tell him to maybe just relax with me. She's a Virgo, born September 3rd, 1970, but she's from Duluth, Minnesota, so that is cool. I wonder if... Okay, I'll get to that later. Let me just start with the main part, talking points here. Maria Bamford, born September 3rd, 1970, is an American actress and stand-up comedian. Her work often uses self-deprecating and dark topics, including her dysfunctional family, depression, anxiety, suicide. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. I'm just reading. Oh, one second, my cat. Okay, he decided against it. He was going to start scratching. Now he might go in his litter box. I'll probably have to pause it again if he ends up doing that. We'll have to keep an ear on him. But, okay. And mental illness. Her first comedy album and tour was the Burning Bridges tour from 2003, followed by 8 more albums and specials. One of her first feature films is Lucky Numbers from 2000, and she voiced characters on many animated shows. This is what they're talking about. Like, they were insinuating she's done a lot of voice acting, which makes sense. Including Scorpy on Mixels, Shrek on Cat Dog, and many more on American Dad, Ugly Americans, Adventure Time, and BoJack Horseman. I know a lot of people love BoJack Horseman. I never have been much into like the animated stuff, so I never watched it. I don't know if I'd like it, but it's cool that she's on it. Her film work includes Stuart Little 2 from 2002, Charlotte's Web 2, Wilbur's Great Adventure, Barnyard, Heckler, and Helen Bag. She voiced Talking Ginger and Talking Becca in the Talking Tom and Friends web series. Talking Tom. It's by a Slovenian company. Interesting. And it was on YouTube. Put on YouTube. Okay. Her live-action television work began in Louis, and then she also has done Arrested Development, Word Girl, Big Mouth, Flatbush Misdemeanors, and Human Resources. In 2014, she won the American Comedy Award for Best Club Comic. The 2016 Netflix original series Lady Dynamite, in which she plays the lead role, is based on her life. She voiced Tito, the anxiety mosquito, in Big Mouth, and its spin-off Human Resources. In 2023, she released a memoir titled Sure, I'll Join Your Cult. In 2026, the 2026 documentary Paralyzed by Hope, the Maria Bamford story, explores her life and career. Let's actually click on that. It was directed by Judd Apatow and Neil Berkeley. And it has on Rotten Tomatoes at the time, I don't know if it's been updated, but it has a 94% at the time of when this was for the under the reception part. It has a very good reviews. It seems like all it shows is just a few like sentences or paragraphs for the reception. Okay, so when was it released? January 22nd, 2026 at Sundance. I'm gonna go back because I want to look at her early life. Bamford's father, Joel Bamford, served as a Navy doctor. She grew up in Duluth, Minnesota, attending Chester Park Elementary and Duluth Marshall School. She has stated that when she was younger, she was often troubled with her anxiety, depression, and what she has called unwanted thought syndrome, a subset of obsessive-compulsive disorder. Upon graduating from high school, she attended Bates College in Lewiston, Maine. Oh, cool. Interesting. In 1992, she transferred to the University of Edinburgh in Scotland at the start of her junior year. She became the first female member of the college's improvised comedy group, the Improvers. After a year in Scotland, she transferred back to her home state and enrolled at the University of Minnesota, where she earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in English. She began stand-up comedy in Minneapolis, Minnesota at age 19 at Stevie Ray's Comedy Cabaret. Okay. So let's see. In January 2016, she was a guest on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, where host Stephen Colbert called her his favorite comedian on planet Earth. Yeah, she seems like a really nice person. The full title of her book is called Sure, I'll Join Your Cult, a memoir of mental illness and the quest to belong anywhere. And it entered the New York Times combined print and ebook nonfiction bestseller list at number 11. Under the comedy style portion, there's a quote on here that says Maria Bamford is the most unique, bizarre, imaginative comedian out there right now, by Judd Apatow. He's the one that said that. I don't know if I've ever seen any of her work, but I guess I've heard of her. But so she has OCD, which makes sense from some of the stuff she was saying. She has an addictive personality. I also do. I thankfully never got addicted to alcohol or drugs, but I do, I've had things going on. I've talked about it before and other stuff, but yeah, I have an addictive personality, like genetically through my dad. Also, I think just because of life circumstances and having OCD is what I wanted to talk about briefly, because having OCD, I think you're more likely to have addiction and addictive tendencies from having OCD. That's just what I know. Her sister, Sarah Siedelman, is a physician, life coach, and shamanic healer. Interesting. Has she ever been on Finding Your Roots? She should go on there because I'd be interested. A lot of people who live in I was able to wrangle him back in. So it seems like she hasn't been on Finding Your Roots. She would be a good guest on that. Oh, she's been in an episode of Portlandia in 2017. Episode is Misunderstood Miracles, and she was a Humane Society volunteer. Okay. Okay, well, he's going off to like eat again or something, so I'll just let him go. But, yeah, it shows she does a lot of voice acting. Where was she? What does she have the most episodes in? She's in 69 episodes of Adventure Time. She has a unique voice, so that makes sense. She sounds like my godparents so much, and she looks like her so much. So Adventure Time, it seems like, for now. She's also in a video game, Man-Free the Talking Pinata in Lego Dimensions. Why can I not find? All it says is for Big Mouth, she has a recurring role. So, how many episodes? Let's go to Big Mouth. I know a lot of people like Big Mouth. I'd honestly I probably would like Big Mouth. It stars Nick Kroll, John. Why does Nick Kroll not have a? Why does he not have a? Oh, no, he does. For some reason, one of his. To click on his name under the starring, it isn't available anymore there. But then somewhere else on the main, like the opening sentence, you can click on it, but and it's a musical sitcom. Oh, I didn't know that. And it was from 2017 to 2015. It's starring Nick Kroll, John Mulaney. I knew about John Mulaney, Nick Kroll, Jesse Klein, Jason Mantzoukas, Jenny Slate, Fred Armisen, Colleen Henry, Maya Rudolph. I knew about Maya, Jordan Peele, 𝐰𝐰𝐰𝒆𝒏𝒅, and Andrew Reynolds. I want to go. So she's not a main character, but she is recurring. They've had a lot of people on their. Kat Dennings from seasons 1 to 4 was Leah Birch. Chloe Fineman played Leah Birch. Seasons 5 to 8. Where is... Man, they've had a lot of recurring people on here. Okay, let me just do Control F for Maria Bamford. Maria Bamford on season 8 was Kitty Boucher, the Depression Kitty, an anthropomorphic purple cat employed in the Department of Puberty's Depression Ward. And she also played Tito Taylor Thomas, the Anxiety Mosquito, but it doesn't say how many episodes. And she also voices Nancy, who is Jesse's therapist. Who is Jesse's? There must be a main character called Jesse. Kristen Wiig is on here. I knew that. Let me look up Jesse. Or maybe that doesn't. Jessie Klein plays Jessica Cobain, Jessie Glazer, a sarcastic and smart girl. So it could be that person. That's what it seems like it is. And then Jenny's. I'm gonna click on Jenny Slate. They look familiar. March 25th. Okay. From Milton, Massachusetts. Let's see here. Jenny Slate, born March 25th, 1982, is an American actress, stand-up comedian, and writer. After early acting and stand-up roles on television, Slate gained recognition for her live variety shows in New York City and for co-creating the children's short film and book series Marcel the Shell with Shoes On with Dean Fleischer Camp, to whom she was married from 2012 to 2016. Slate became more widely known as a cast member on the 35th season of Saturday Night Live in 2009. I've heard about that. Followed by her roles in the sitcoms Bob's Burgers. Yes, okay, that's where I definitely must know her from. Parks and Recreation, House of Lies, and The Kroll Show. Who did she play in that? Okay, I remember this now. I remember more because on Mythical Kitchen, Mythical Chef Josh does his interview show Last Meals, and she was on there and I watched that one. Even though I don't know anything about her, and she was talking a lot about Marcel the Shell with the shoes on. Because that was also turned into a show or a movie, I believe. Let me do control find. Marcel the Shell. Also on SNL I think when she was on SNL she was only on for the one season, because I think her opening episode, or her opening scene or whatever, it was on the first day on the job, like actually performing live on SNL, where she I believe she swore, and you're not supposed to swear, and she did that, and it was live. It wasn't one of the pre-recorded segments. And she also does voice acting roles, a lot of them. Okay, sorry, let's go to Marcel the Shell. A short film, which led to a second one. Oh, this actually came before the book, it seems like. The show, parts 1 and 2, came before. Or at least part 1 came before the book ever did. Okay. She's even in Zootopia, The Secret Life of Pets. Oh, okay, let me go to this. Slate joined the cast of Saturday Night Live for the 2009-10 season. In her first episode, she accidentally said F-ing during her debut sketch, which was heard on the live broadcast but removed from reruns. Amongst various impressions, she was best known for Tina Chinoo's, an infomercial pitcher who advertises personalized doorbells, car horns, and alarm clocks. Despite rumors to the contrary, Slate has insisted that her SNL termination was not due to cursing, but rather simply because, quote, I didn't click, unquote. She's also done stuff with Upright Citizens Brigade Theater, UCBT, which a lot of comics have done that, and actors. So I'm not surprised by that. She announced she and art curator and author Ben Shattuck, owner of the Dabbles General Store in Dartmouth, Massachusetts, were engaged. On February 3rd, 2021, Slate announced that she had given birth to a daughter in late 2020. After 3 attempts at a wedding were cancelled during the COVID-19 pandemic, she and Shattuck married in their living room on New Year's Eve 2021. They planned to move back to Brooklyn in the fall of 2025. They had been living in Shattuck's childhood home in Dartmouth, and his parents lived down the street from them. Slate is an agnostic. I wonder if I click on the link, sourced 50, if it is from... If it's going to be that this is from, okay, it's not from, it is not, the source is not from Mythical Kitchen, because she probably talked about that, because it's about life and death. That's like a main theme of the show, Last Meals. It's like, what would you want to eat before you die, right, is your last meal. So that was not the source, but this is from February 2022, an article, The Endearing Jewish World of Jenny Slate. The actress and comedian chatted with Alma about everything from her latest film, I Want You Back, to bat mitzvah balloon arches. that is that. To be announced, it is in post-production. She plays Mitzi on the arc, and the aardvarks are so cute. And oh, that's right, I need to see who she plays in the Bob's Burgers. Tammy Larson in 58 episodes. Who's Tammy Larson? Which one is that? I haven't watched it in a while. I have not seen all of the episodes. But is it still ongoing, by the way? Oh, okay. In April 2025, it was announced that Bob's Burgers would be renewed for 4 more seasons in what is considered a mega deal with parent company Disney. This renewal will take the show through the 2028-2029 television season. I really like the show. It was a show that my ex provided for me, or like it's when he watched a lot of stuff I did not like, very questionable things, like questionable, for example, like stand-up comedians. He used to watch DJ Academics, him and his brother, all the time. If you don't know about DJ Academics, you don't need to. Just know that he loves Drake so much. Okay, that's all you need to know. This was even before all the Drake stuff. They watched DJ Academics all the time, and they loved questionable music artists. But she plays Tammy. Let's go to... Okay, sorry, I don't know where I was at. I had phlegm in my throat. Sorry if that's gross, but anyway, let's just continue on. Let's go to characters. I need to know recurring characters. Where is it? Where? Oh, Tina's frequent rival is the spoiled valley girl Tammy. Let me look up Tammy Bob's Burgers. Okay, yes, I know who this is. Yep. Okay, now I know. I remember. Now I have something in my teeth. It's too late now. I don't think I do, but I do remember who Tammy is. I absolutely do. Tammy. Okay, yep. Even like voice-wise, like people being like Tammy. Yep. Okay, let's continue on. Jay Johnston was in it. Was in it for 10 years. Oh, he was Jimmy Pesto Sr. Okay, let's go to one of the highlighted segments is crematorium. So let's go to crematorium Wikipedia. A crematory or cremation center is a venue for the cremation of the dead. Modern crematoria contain at least one cremator, also known as a crematory retort or cremation chamber, a purpose-built furnace. In some countries, a crematorium can also be a venue for open-air cremation. In many countries, crematoria contain facilities for funeral homes, such as a chapel. Some cemeteries or crematoria also incorporate a columbarium, a place for interring cremation ashes. So I don't know. Contain facilities for funeral homes. I don't know what that means. They contain, some countries, crematoria contain facilities for funeral homes. I personally, when I pass away, I don't want to be buried in the ground. I want to be either cremated or like, made into a tree, or I've told my mom this, there's museums, there's specifically like a body and anatomy museum somewhere in, I believe it's South Dakota, and I think it's in Watertown, South Dakota, I could be wrong, but people have donated their bodies for science, like to be used in the museum, and there are people's like skin suits, like their skin was on display. Actually, let me look it up. I wanna Watertown, South Dakota Body Museum. Maybe that's not. Let me just look up South Dakota Body Museum. Okay, is it in Minnesota? I gotta look this up. South Dakota. Is it in Minnesota? Oh. No, that's not it. Science Museum in Minnesota. Oh, okay. Science Museum of... Is it the Science Museum in Minnesota? I didn't know it was in Minnesota. No, this is just an exhibit that existed. So yeah, Science Exhibit, that's not it. I don't remember. Museums in Watertown, South Dakota. Or is it in Watertown, Minnesota? Isn't there Watertown, Minnesota? Oh my goodness, this makes sense. Okay, we have Terry Redlin stuff here. Terry Redlin is a painter, and there's the Terry Redlin Museum is in Watertown, South Dakota. I've been there before, so that's probably where my mom has gotten that stuff. Okay, that makes so much more sense now. Let's go back to Wikipedia. Terry Redlin, American painter. He was born July 11th, 1937, and passed away April 24th, 2016. He was an American illustrator popular for painting outdoor themes and wildlife, often pictured in twilight. During the 1990s, he was frequently named America's most popular artist in annual gallery surveys conducted by U.S. Art Magazine. Redlin was born and raised in Watertown, South Dakota. See, I just thought maybe he was a Minnesota artist because we have some of his stuff. There's quite a few Minnesota, painters. Okay. He originally planned to become a forest ranger, but at 15 was disabled in a motorcycle accident. In 1967, Redlin and his family moved to Forest Lake, Minnesota. He earned a degree from the St. Paul School of Associated Arts in St. Paul, Minnesota, and spent 25 years working in commercial art as a layout artist, graphic designer, illustrator, and art director. Redlin's painting Winter Snows appeared on the cover of the Farmer magazine in 1977. 2 years later, he became a full-time illustrator. He retired in 2007 after being diagnosed with dementia that proved to be caused by Alzheimer's disease. Wait. I thought they were separate. I didn't know dementia could be caused by or is caused by Alzheimer's. Anyway, in addition to individual works, Redlin produced a series of paintings on the first stanza of America the Beautiful from 1992 and on the life of an American boy based on his own life. In quotations, it says, An American Portrait from 2004. Honors. Redlin was many times in the 1990s named America's most popular artist in U.S. Art Magazine's annual surveys of gallery sales. In 1992, the magazine inducted him into its Hall of Fame. He won the Minnesota Duck Stamp Contest twice and the State Trout Stamp Contest once, and in 1982 came second in the Federal Duck Stamp Contest. Legacy. Built in 1997, the Redlin Art Center in Watertown is devoted to his work. Oh, it's a big building. I wonder if we went there. I don't remember going there. The Terry Redlin Environmental Center, also in Watertown, opened in 2010. The Redlin was known for his donations to raise funds for conservation. Wow, including a record $28 million for Ducks Unlimited. The Terry Redlin Elementary School in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, opened in 1998, was named in his honor. Wow, $28 million. crazy. That's how much he donated or how much he helped raise. He married Helene, this is for personal life, he married Helene Marie Langenfeld in 1956 when they were both 19 years old. They had 3 children. Redland died at a retirement home in Watertown, South Dakota on April 24th, 2016 at the age of 78. So some of the stuff opened in his honor before he even passed away. Real quick, I want to see... Okay, Axel, don't meow right by the mic, please. That would be bad. I want to see... I'm looking for the... Let me go to this article real quick. It said of how... Article not found. Let me look up this sentence. I'm going to paste it into a search. Okay, they helped to raise more than $28 million, an all-time record in art sales for wetland conservation projects. I gotcha. So probably like him selling his art. I imagine this was on redlandart.com. We have some of his stuff though. It's all very cool. Wow. There's some stuff over here we have too. Can you see it in frame? No, it's on the other side, just off frame. But we have stuff from him, so that's really cool. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. You can like the video, subscribe, you can comment down below. You can become a channel member for as low as 99 cents. All the information for all the different tier levels are down below for what you get at each tier level and how much it is. And you can check out my other ASMR channel if you're into repetition and stuttering. It's called 10-minute repetition and stuttering ASMR. I have done this video theme 2 or 3 times before for a live stream, but I think this is the first time I'm doing it. Let me check actually. Let me go to YouTube Studio because I'm on the computer, might as well right now. Let me see what I'm able to find for, if I type in Wikipedia, no matching videos. If I go to live, Wikipedia, the live streams I've done too. Okay, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I love to do stuff like this again in the future. I think it's very calming and relaxing. It's just me talking about random stuff. Maybe you learn something, maybe you don't. But yeah, thank y'all. Bye.